Total Drama Island 2023 is by far one of the all-time great seasons of the show. I mean, this season has a great generation to where probably the second best generation and by far the best generation we'll ever see outside of the original cast. Cast that are full of gamers. I mean, everyone came here to play. No one was rolling over and dying for another person. The villains were great. The heroes were also great. And everything culminated to a really great season. So, how does it compare to all the other seasons that came before it, and is it number one, number two on my season ranking? Well, we're going to be reviewing my rankings of every season and seeing where really the new season falls. So, yeah, let's just start off with the worst season, Total Drama All Stars. And I don't think you need me to tell you this. I mean, Total Drama Island 2023 is smoking that All-Stars pack because guess what? This season sucks. Everything about it sucks. The derailment is horrible. I mean, the casting isn't the worst thing in the world. It's just the writing really just slows the season down. And I feel like this is the perfect example of why 13 episodes cannot work for an All-Star season because when you have so much characters and so much storylines, it just doesn't work when, you only have 13 episodes to work on and people are constantly getting eliminated. So, yeah, there's that. All around, this season is nowhere near as good as Total Drama Island Season 1. So, yeah, we can just move on talking about World Tour. I think one thing you have to admit that World Tour does better than Total Drama Island 2023 is the fact that it has a better winner in Heather, to where her development throughout the season is pretty great. Heather was a fantastic winner for the show, a way better winner and way satisfying winner than Priya, which, to be honest, I was Team Bowie for most of the season, so that probably is the reason why I think Heather is better. And also just better villain in general, to where Alejandro completely dominates the screen time and also the gameplay of World Tour. To where for Total Drama 2023, it's kind of like Julia's a villain, but also kind of Bowie. Like, it does play out pretty well, but not nearly as good as World Tour. And also, World Tour does have a better background. I love the songs throughout the season. I love the fact that they're constantly changing locations. And to be honest, I'm a big Survivor fan, so I love, the location. So there's that. However, I do still feel like Total Drama Island 2023 beats World Tour. Just due to the fact that the cast is utilized way, way better than World Tour, to where outside of Heather and Alejandro, no one really comes off this season really better. Outside of Tyler and maybe Noah, I mean, really the entire World Tour cast is kind of irrelevant. And while, there's obviously Sierra and Cody, which kind of sucks. And then the love triangle also wasn't handled the best way, to where even though the couples in Total Drama 2023 weren't handled great, like Chase and Emma, and Bowie and Raj were kind of underwhelming, I still feel like Total Drama Island 2023 still beats it just due to how likable the cast was. As well, the gameplay was also just way, way better. The gameplay actually did make sense throughout most of the season, and the gameplay was way more intense than a World Tour, because in World Tour it's kind of just like, okay, yeah, you kind of saw that happening. While for Total Drama Island, you're like, there's a bit more of intrigue in my opinion. So yeah, there's that. Now it's time to talk about the Survivor Gabon of Total Drama Pocketail Island, which is a season that obviously you guys know I do love this season. I mean, it is a season where if you don't take it seriously, it is a great watch every single time, to where really you shouldn't take this season seriously at all, because really it doesn't really play a factor in almost any other season. So yeah, there's that. However, I just feel like Total Drama Island 2023 just has way more funnier moments, and like Ripper in general is a very funny character for me, outside of his farting, obviously. He's very humorous. MK is great. Bowie is fantastic. Julia is also fantastic as well. I forgot to even mention Z. He's also incredible. So when there's other funnier characters and also just way better in-depth characters as well, I just feel like Total Drama Island beats it. It also, Total Drama Island has better challenges. And while I do like the scenery of Pocktail Island, it's just hard to take really anything of Pocktail Island too seriously. So yeah, there's that. Total Drama Island smokes it. Now it's time to talk about Revenge of the Island, which this is tough because mainly because Revenge of the Island is the first season that I've ever watched. It is the first season I have the most nostalgia for, because obviously I'm 16, and like if I were to watch Total Drama back then, I would be like 1 year old. So yeah, my memory for that season, for the earlier seasons, are very, very foggy. So, yeah, there's that. This season is pretty incredible, though. I love the cast in general. I love Cameron. He is a much more satisfying winner than Priya. Lightning is way more humorous than Bowie. In my opinion, Mike had a great storyline as well. Scott was a fun to hate villain at the time, and well, not really at the time, but now at least he's a fun villain to hate. And Dawn is pretty great. Dakota's also great. Honestly, this cast in general is very great. However, what 2023 has, in my opinion, is just a lot more realistic vibes. In my opinion, while I do like the obscurity that Revenge of the Island has, I just feel like Total Drama Island 2023 just had better like uh I don't know, realness. Like while I don't really care for that, it's just like it feels more natural. It feels like an actual gameplay. It actually feels like strategy. Because I feel like Revenge of the Island cast is way too short. I mean 13 people is just not enough time to actually assess the gameplay, and I'm a massive Survivor fan, so I love gameplay as well. So overall, Total Drama Island 2023 beats it. It also has more entertaining ships. Well, not better ships. Like Sam and Dakota is a way better ship than any of the 2023 ships, but like in terms of like just the pure entertainment of Chase and Emma was actually pretty fun to watch. And while sometimes it did get kind of annoying, I really wish they would have like fleshed them out a bit more of like how they started dating and why they started dating, and I would have loved to see that more instead of just them arguing all the time. But that's whatever. It did provide a lot of humorous moments. Also, the Bowie and Raj story was somewhat interesting, actually. So, yeah, there's that. 2023 just beats it for being very iconic and also having just more iconic characters. So, yeah, 2023 wins. Total Drama Action is a season that I am way, way higher on just because of the fact that everyone has a storyline. Everyone is used. And while I do not like characters like Courtney in the season and Owen when he returns and really to slow down the end game, in my opinion, I feel like their storylines were at least interesting. More so with Courtney. Owen's storyline kind of sucked. But like Courtney was a very interesting foil for drama. Her relationship with Dunkany was very fun to watch, and also Heather in general was a very humorous character. Justin was a humorous character. The entire season is very funny, and also has a lot of strategic gameplay as well. To where, to be honest, I do think this is where we have to stop because, in my opinion, action is way better. I mean, Lashana has a pretty great storyline, and while obviously the spa hotel stuff is kind of overutilized, I feel like for a character like Lashana, I'll never complain when Lashana is on screen, so it's whatever. DJ's storyline was incredible. Harold is incredible throughout the season. Lindsay is incredible. Beth was there. And also, just in general, the entire Gwen stuff, while you could argue does get annoying at points, it is still very interesting to watch because at least, Trent and Gwen are one of my all-time favorite couples. And while they do break up, which kind of sucks, I do still feel like their storyline in general is pretty interesting and was explored pretty neatly. While obviously Trent's derailment also kind of sucks to go back on it, kind of sucking. At least we got to see Trent, which I'm not complaining. Jeff and Bridget hosting the Aftermath was a great idea, and Jeff this season is the best version of Jeff. I might make a video about it because Jeff in action is actually very underrated and very overhated, but his downfall of being kind of like this Chris clone to like coming back to like his normal roots, but also a bit smarter, and also just Bridget in general was just pretty great. So overall, Action is a season that, even though it does have a lot of reward challenges, I feel like it makes up for it by the fact that the cast is very humorous. The gameplay was also great. While 2023 also has all of that, I just feel like Action has a better cast, better characters, because obviously, if you saw my most recent video, DJ, Lashana, Gwen, Duncan, Harold, Heather, even Lindsay and Justin were all fantastic characters. Even Jeff was a great character. So like, and they're all characters I have in my high tiers. So yeah, Action beats it. Unfortunately, this is where 2023 has to land behind Action, but above the seasons of Revenge, Pocket Island, World Tour, and AllStars. So yeah, that's the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys watching all my videos. Obviously, Total Drama Island 2023 is a season that I don't have many flaws with. However, comparing it to the top tier seasons, I just feel like, come on, you have to stop there. And yeah, that's all. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next few videos will be coming probably around Saturday and Sunday. I think that's when I'm going to start uploading. So yeah, peace out.